This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic.
Super duper, gang. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang.
Yes.
Boy, that is good news.
Hey, it's Mark Rosen. Let's talk butts.
Finish line is waiting.
Go to completion.
Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
No, I live here. That's where my house is. My sister's got a house.
For the warriors.
The Beezer.
Never gonna believe. To take it to the top.
Ballish to me, but
You're never gonna stop. There's only one winner to take it to the top. Got your eyes on the prize. You're never gonna stop. Only one winner, the quest to be the best.
All right, welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. It is Tuesday, May 20th of 2025. I'm Cory Cove. That's Meat Sauce Paul Lambert. Hi, Paul.
hey, man, what's up?
Good morning.
How are you?
No Zachary this morning. He is in Disney World spending $30 on a pretzel.
Probably,
no
yeah.
Chris. Chris is in Key West with a metallic monkey.
Yes, correct.
No Max, because he's got to do Fox 9.
Yep.
It's all falling apart, man, but it's just you and me.
Yeah, for now.
For now. But Bonus will be here shortly.
Oh, yeah.
Marnie will be here later.
Oh, yeah.
And Tommy Ryman's here now.
Oh, hi, Tommy.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
I'm so excited to be here. I don't want to be at Disneyland getting a $30 pretzel. I want to be right here.
You ever had a Mickey pretzel, though? It's worth it.
You bet, man. When I lived in L.A., I could get to Disneyland in 35 minutes from Redondo Beach. So I ate a lot of $15 pretzels.
How do you feel? Have you ever been to Disney World, though?
Oh, yes. I've been to Disney
You
World.
both? Okay, because they're both good, right? Disneyland is smaller. It's not as crowded because there's less to do. Yeah, there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah. And you could in Disney World, you can take like a boat to it and a monorail. There's a lot of options to get to the different parks.
Really?
And, yeah, and both of them, you can go to the Star Wars land and build a $200 lightsaber, which I've also done.
Shocking.
Everybody should do that.
That does seem like something you would do.
What are you talking
Is
about?
it true that if you're a California resident, you get like a pretty good discount?
Yeah, because I had the season pass. So basically,
yeah.
that was like my people watching park.
Yeah.
Like my ex-wife and I would go down after she finished work, or we could get there at like 3:30, and I would go ride Space Mountain by myself because she didn't like roller coasters.
Maybe that's why it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Because she was just sitting at the park while you were riding roller coasters by yourself.
That was it. There was one time, like you can see in the photo, like when she asked for the divorce, and I was like, "Can I still go on another time?"
You got served papers in line at Space Mountain. I wonder if that's ever happened.
Yeah, I just.
Oh,
had
I'm
my
sure.
That's a good bit for a comedy film, right? Just like Jim Carrey standing in line for Space Mountain, he gets served papers.
Yeah,
Because, you know,
I love Space Mountain.
They say those things like if you can travel together, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
I bet if you can go to one of those places together, that's a really good sign.
Well, it shows patience. And again, that's why you've always said that Disneyland or Disney World, not necessarily for you, right, is the lines.
Yeah. But yeah, I would.
You do have to be patient.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
true. Like a couple at Disneyland though, because there's like Disney adults. I feel like it's patience if you're like a family. Like that's when it's like you're really testing. You got 2 kids. They want the snacks. You like brought cheese sticks. You're like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to save money.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, and this is a knock on our society as well. But the phones help that immensely.
The iPad kids,
100%. We've taken the kids to both, but when we went to Disney Which one was it? Doesn't matter. No, it must have been Disney World because it was Animal Kingdom. And my youngest and I waited in line for Flight of Passage, which is one of the big Avatar rides. And the wait was about an hour plus, maybe an hour, hour and 10.
No thanks.
She was probably 7 at the time, and at most 7-year-olds with an hour and 10-minute wait, you're probably going to get a little crabby, a little pouty. But she was watching Netflix the entire time and almost, I made her turn it off when we got in. Like Disney, like once you get in the ride, there's actually stuff to see. So even if you have 30 minutes left on your wait, it starts getting kind of dynamic and there's things to see. But in the outside wait, we probably knocked off 40 minutes of just her not complaining, just watching Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever it was. It was awesome. Third parent. Here, hold this phone so you don't get crabby. It's the best.
Yeah, it's magic.
What's the best age to go to Disney?
I'd say that like 6-ish, 6, 7 range.
Okay.
Because then the magic is still there, right? You still we brought Harper when she was almost 5 and thought all the princesses were the actual princesses.
Yeah.
That kind of matters.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool when you think you're meeting Cinderella for real.
Yeah. That's got to be fun. Yeah, 5, 6, or 7. And you can walk around. You're not getting like pushed around.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're getting them $30 pretzels so they can learn how capitalism works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Man, now I want a goddamn pretzel so bad.
Just a good 5 a.m. pretzel.
Yeah,
for sure.
80 inch, preferably, but sure, if somebody wants to DoorDash one from Disneyland or Disney World, I'll wait.
I would, a piping hot pretzel, I would eat that right now, for sure.
God.
Oh, so good, the
breakfast
best.
pretzel.
Oh,
right?
sure,
Sure.
Does that exist?
That should be a thing.
When you get up at 4 a.m., the breakfast lines are kind of blurred, right? Like, I eat lunch at like 10.
But I'm saying you could
9:30.
like add like egg to it or dip it in like a cheese. Like you make a breakfast pretzel sandwich or something.
That would be great. I would eat that.
I wonder if somebody from like Wendy's is listening going, why aren't we doing this?
Good old Wendy's.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it, so take my great ideas. I don't care.
I mean, the breakfast wars in the fast food industry in the last handful of years have definitely ramped up, right? They're all taking breakfast way more seriously than they used to. Way more seriously.
Way more, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to, because there's so many options. I mean, I think there's a lot. Like, I remember I was going to do a Wendy's and breakfast endorsement in March of 2020, and then COVID happened. I think there's a ton of places that we're going to like gear up and do breakfast and then, that happened. And
so COVID cost you money?
Yeah, which is
what
fine.
a tragedy.
Well, it costs people lives. I don't, there is that. I did say once, I think the NFL draft will save the.
I remember that. Yes. Yeah. And the thing about that, the reason why that was such a beautiful sentence is you meant it.
I did at the time.
You truly meant it, that the NFL draft was going to pull people out of COVID and get them back to positivity.
I think I said the NFL draft is what this country needs right now. I think is exactly what I said.
And I think really what that meant is that's what you needed right now because you were bored out of your mind, but the draft was going to get you through the next couple of months.
You are correct.
That is correct. Yep. Hey, speaking of fast food, it's pretty abundantly clear that I like chicken fingers, right?
Yeah.
Or chicken nuggets. I'm basically alive because chicken has kept me alive for 45 years. Am I the only one that thinks it's nuts that Taco Bell has chicken nuggets? Like, wouldn't it be weird if KFC had tacos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the Taco Bell nuggets are 10 out of 10. It just conceptually, I'm like, Taco Bell has chicken nuggets now? What are we doing?
Well, I mean, like McDonald's had pizza for a while. They all grab, you got to get in that market.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, and this is because you lived in LA, Tommy. Do you ever go to a Jack in the Box? They have everything at Jack in the Box.
Yeah, they're like the Cheesecake Factory of fast food. They're just like, you want it all? We got it.
Since Tommy's a stand-up comedian, we'll talk more about where you can see him shortly. You're going to be in Chicago tomorrow, right?
Yeah, if anyone's listening in Chicago.
Yes.
My sister-in-law.
Please come to Zany's downtown. Promo code Ryman 10 and you'll get a discount off tickets.
Probably 10% off.
$10 tickets.
Oh, $10. Oh, that's the 10.
Sweet.
Even more than 10% off.
Yeah.
Let's combine the two. You're a stand-up comedian. We're talking about fast food. Here's one of my all-time favorite bits from Minnesota's very own Mitch Hedberg.
Every McDonald's commercials end the same way, right? McDonald's commercials end like this. Prices and participation may vary. Now, I want to open a McDonald's and not participate in anything. I want to be a stubborn McDonald's owner. I say cheeseburgers? Nope. We got spaghetti. And blankets.
It's so good.
So good.
The best.
We got spaghetti.
Yeah, what a brilliant.
See, again, would you actually order spaghetti from McDonald's?
100%.
Oh, man, I would not.
Bonnie!
I wouldn't trust. Hey, there's John Bonus. I don't know if I would.
Sure.
I trust everything they do.
Yeah, sure. I would try it for sure.
Because they would do it right, and it would be like filled with sugar and like what? I don't know.
Yeah,
It would be
sugar
amazing.
spaghetti. Maybe that's what they would call it.
Yeah.
Hi, John Bonus. Oh, you're sitting over there today?
I guess.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
All right, take a different seat.
Yeah.
Let's change it up a little bit. See
Hey,
if the
it's a
vibe's
Tuesday.
different. Tommy, do you know John? John, Tommy, John.
Hi, John.
John's like the nicest human on the planet.
It seems like it.
Yeah, he's a very nice man.
Yeah.
He has coffee. Do you like regular coffee or do you like foofy coffee?
Regular coffee.
All right, here you go.
See?
I got a coffee?
Yeah, nicest man on the planet.
Tommy, you showed up on the right day.
Do you have my breakfast pretzel?
Now I do want a breakfast pretzel.
Good ham and cheese breakfast
Oh,
pretzel.
yeah, for sure, Bonus.
Johnny Bones.
Yeah.
Johnny Bones. Who
So
has the
good.
best, what fast food place has the best breakfast?
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm kind of partial to McDonald's.
Yeah, I think it's McDonald's.
It's that sausage McGriddle, man.
Yeah.
Comes and gets me.
And they got the bagel sandwich.
Yeah, I think it's
That comes and
McDonald's.
goes.
Yeah, because the hash browns are tough to beat. The sausage egg McMuffin is tough to beat.
I mean, I will throw a good Loxton bagel from Einstein Bagel in there in the top 5 for sure. Maybe top 3. Maybe top 2.
So, real quick, this is. I'm not trying to crap on my dad at 5:41 in the morning.
What are you, Hawk?
But I spent a little time with him this weekend, and we were driving back from somewhere, and
oh no.
And I have the GPS in my car, right? I know exactly where we're going. I know exactly where we're heading. I know exactly how far it is away. But based on the map, I'm like, I wonder how far off the freeway this is. I can't quite tell. It looks like it might be a mile or two off the freeway. And he decides he's going to ask Siri.
Oh, no.
Instead of just waiting 10 minutes and finding out when we get there, right? He's like, he's trying to help. He's sitting shotgun. He's trying to be proactive.
Yeah.
This is only a slight exaggeration from what actually happened. This is pretty close. He would say I'm exaggerating. I'm saying this is only a slight exaggeration. Okay. Siri, my son and I are
Come on.
wondering, there's a Wendy's in Madison, Wisconsin, and we are on, what are we on? We're on Interstate 94, and approximately how far? And I'm like, for God's sakes, Dad, Siri's going to hang herself.
Were you driving with Royce?
We'll find out when we get there. Because I'm like, what? Let's say it is a mile off the freeway. Oh, no, we wasted a minute, right? Like, it's close. It's going to be close to the freeway. And I was curious because I'm like, all right, let's not go super far off the freeway. I don't want it to be a billion miles away, but now Siri's listening. Siri, don't hang yourself.
The extra details was great, though.
It really was.
Like it was you. It
That's
was like
a
my
great
son.
bit.
Like, how many people are in the
That
car?
part was not exaggerated. It was like, we were wondering. Yeah, that's why you're asking her.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Oh,
though.
my God.
Yeah,
They're on conversation with her.
Just the beauty of like that and the other one that starts with an A and all the hey Google bit, all that stuff. They're there to be asked simple things.
There's a
simple
skill in the
tasks.
prompt, right?
Yes.
There's a skill in how you ask it. And
Hey.
clearly at 87,
Right.
he wanted to have a conversation.
You don't talk to it. You
No,
just say,
he
hey,
did.
so-and-so, play OMC How Bizarre for the 15th time. Thank you. And you move on.
Do you get mad when you ask your like device,
100,000%.
and then it'll do the thing I want, but then it'll ask me like, would you also like this? I get so mad when it wants like promo, or it's like you can sign up for. I'm like, no, man.
No.
I'm the one in charge, damn it.
Yeah. Just do the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call the ambulance. What? I can't get extra promo right now.
There's a band, I think, called the 2000s. So like I'll be at home and I'll be like, hey, so-and-so, play hits from the 2000s, and I want songs from the era. And then it'll just start playing this weird techno band every time, and I get so pissed. Stop that. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, the band called the 2000.
Right,
Yes.
correct.
That's a little tricky. But now it's on you to know that
Yeah.
that's a mistake and you have to find a different way to word it. I've always said that about ChatGPT. The people that are like, it's not very good. It's like, well, there's a skill in learning what you can ask it that it will answer accurately.
Right.
Yeah, you
And
have
it takes practice.
Yeah, of course.
You have to be like, my son and I would like.
We were. It's like he literally was telling us, like he was talking to my sister or my brother about what we were doing and wondering if they could help. It was the best.
That's the best.
I was like, Jesus Christ, Dad, stop. We're 10 minutes away.
What is he dictating to Siri?
Oh, God. It was the best. All right, Tommy Ryman is here. Again, unless you're listening in Chicago, you're probably not going to drive to Chicago. Although you could stop at Madison. There's a Wendy's right off the freeway. You're probably not going to see Tommy Ryman in Chicago tomorrow. But where can people see you in Minneapolis soon?
May 30th and 31st, I'll be at Laugh Camp in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Where is that?
Right by it's near the Capitol. It's off Roberts Street. It's a cool place. I like doing that club, and it'll be fun. And if you just go to TommyRyman.com, you can see where all my shows are.
So 30th and 31st.
Yes.
Right on. Okay, sweet. Tommy Ryman is here. He'll be here for a couple of hours. Marnie at like 7 or so. John Bonus is here. His baseball team is red hot, although suspended game yesterday. The rare suspended
we'll see
game,
what
Johnny
happens
Bones.
today, yeah.
Yeah, going to get dicey. We can ask you about that after this. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan and Sauce. Who brings us that first segment?
My amazing friends at Gutter Helmet, GutterHelmetMN.com. Never clean your gutters again.
Fan.
She sleeps alone tonight in a brand new bed, hoping your dreams come true.
All right, Tommy Ryman is here. John Bonus is here. This is the Power Trip Morning Show. Johnny Bones, your team, 2-1 in the fourth, but the Twins game suspended. And on paper, it says it's going to resume tonight, and then the scheduled game will kick off 30 minutes after the first game concludes.
Yeah.
But aren't we supposed to get weather again?
I mean, as of yesterday, last night seemed like it was going to be the one that they were going to get in this weekend.
It's going to rain all day.
Yeah, today looks like it's going to be just brutal. And then I guess, is it going to lighten up in time for the afternoon game? Because they're supposed to be an afternoon game. I don't know. Anyway.
So you think there's a really good chance this game and a half that we have tonight doesn't happen at all?
Which would, I mean, I don't want to. I'm not a weatherman, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't want to, but it would not be a bad thing for the Twins if a couple of these games got delayed to the time when this lineup was a little healthier. I mean, they don't have Correa in the lineup. They don't have Buxton in the lineup. They don't have Wallner in the lineup. By then, we'll probably, next time we face Cleveland, maybe Keishel would be back. Like, Castro just finally came back yesterday. Bader's playing through a groin injury. Like, this is as tough a lineup as they're going to face all year. I mean, they're going to have to field all year. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if they had a couple of off days, a couple of weather days.
So what are the rules again? Like, let's say this game takes place 2 months from now. How does it work in terms of the
way
people that are currently in the lineup?
Since it just has to. Well, that's a good question, actually. I don't know what happens like if the roster is different and one of those players is not on there, right? I presume that is one of the reasons why they try to get the suspended game made up immediately afterwards. So maybe they will try to, one way or the other, get this game in before the end of the series, and then we'll see what happens for the made up games if those also get rained out.
Right.
It's basically 75% chance of rain until 4:00 today.
Oh, well, maybe okay. Well, and then it clears out of here.
No, it's like a 55% chance. It's basically going to rain all day.
Yeah, the best thing about the ballpark yesterday was it was Bark at the Park Day.
Oh,
so everybody,
is that like an Aussie thing?
They had you could buy a ticket for your dog and sit in a special section for the dogs.
You have to pay extra for the dog?
Oh yeah,
man, the Poleads love cash.
That dog takes up a spot. You bet they're going to charge you extra for that.
What if it's a lap dog? What if I can hold my French bulldog in my lap?
Yeah, what if I bring Muppy?
I still think you've got to.
That's garbage. Do I have to pay extra if I fly with a French bulldog?
Yeah, you do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I've never done it, nor would I. My dogs would freak out.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you have to pay, and then you have to put them under the seat, or you can do what I did and make your Boston Terrier your emotional support animal for a while.
Yeah.
Undercover. It was legit, kind of, until he pooped at the gate. I was like, oh, they're onto you, man. They know this is not real at all.
When we flew back from Florida, there was a lady in the row with us that had a emotional support dog. Well, I don't know if it was emotional support dog, but it was
just said service dog.
It was a little dog in a carrier that basically would pop its head out every once in a while and then go back to sleep. So I think if it fits in that, you can bring it on, right?
Yeah, I think that's like $30 or $50 when they're in the carrier. Yeah, and their heads pop up. It's so exciting to get on a plane though and get to sit. For me, to like have a dog next to you, or like all of a sudden see a little puppy come out of its little basket. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like I want to be your friend instantly. Some people hate it, but I would like more dogs on planes.
Would much rather sit next to a dog than another person.
Yeah,
which says a lot about me.
Well, yeah. The whole town knew that though. Cool.
Yeah, that's not. I get along with dogs.
You had to sit next to me once, and you were real emotionally into this one comedy thing, and all I wanted to do was talk to you about like the Meg 1 that I was watching.
That was Tommy. That was Patton Oswalt's special, where the final 15 minutes he basically talks about telling his daughter that her mom has died.
Yeah,
and so at the end of it's 45 minutes of nonstop laughs. Because I thought it was awesome. And then the last 15 minutes, I was telling Sauce, that's about the closest I've come to crying. I'm a robot. That's about as close as I've come to crying in a long time. I'm like, this guy's just ripping my heart out. And then Sauce is like, what were you watching? Like Kong versus Godzilla or something?
Yeah, Kong.
And you're like, look at this Kong fight. I'm like, I see. No, look what they're doing now. He kept updating me on the plot of a Kong film while Patton Oswalt's talking about the death of his wife.
I think we were flying back from London.
Something
and every
like
2
that.
minutes, I'd be like, it's Kong! It's Kong!
No, they're on some island. Yeah, I think it was Skull Island. Kong Skull Island.
I mean, there's some pretty emotional parts in Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Kong's kind of sad.
Especially when Kong is tired of standing up for Godzilla, but he finally has to do it because the metal Godzilla shows up.
Yep, exactly.
John, you know me and Sauce well enough to know this. I'm watching Patton Oswalt talking about his wife dying, and telling his daughter that her mother's no longer with them. Sauce is watching Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
One of us almost cried, and one of us cried.
Yeah, right, correct. Yeah.
And you know which one was almost, and you know which one cried.
I do. Yep.
I forgot about that. Constant updates.
Yeah, constant.
I know. I see, Paul.
Yeah, I can
see your screen. I know what you're watching. I don't need the sound to understand what's happening on Kong.
No, it's the same thing it's always been, but I updated him about every 15 seconds. Here he is. He's back.
I know,
yeah,
Paul.
We see it, buddy. Take a deep breath.
It would have been nice of Cory to put on the same movie next to you.
Yeah,
so you guys
watch it together.
Yeah, right. That would have been great.
Just Mystery Science Theater 3000, the entire flight. Yeah. That would actually be fun.
And then the third person next to you would be throwing themselves out the plane window.
I've had some Hawk and I flew to Vegas one time, and we had that like 2 exit row seats, and we sat next to each other, and we were watching some Foo Fighters documentary together, and we were both sobbing, and the plane hadn't even taken off yet. And the lady, the flight attendant was like, "Are you two okay?" We're like, "Yeah, we're just emotional." And of course, we've been drinking for like 2.5 hours. But yeah.
So I do something weird on planes, and I don't know why I do this. I don't even have a reason. I don't have logic. I can't even explain this. I just don't. I don't know. I don't start any TV show or movie until we're up in the air. Like when we're like if I know it's going to be, hey, we're going to be stuck here for like an hour or two, then sure, I'll kill time watching something. But if the flight's going to take off on time, I'll put my headphones on, like I'll get situated and ready, but I never just start it.
What if the movie is like 10 minutes longer than the flight that you tabbed?
That's a good point.
Would you get started?
No, because I almost always would just assume that was going to be tacked on at the end anyway, right? That you're going to sit there and have to taxi and wait for everybody to get off the plane in front of you. I would probably play it that way and just watch the end of it.
So the ending doesn't have to end before you actually touch down, but the beginning can't begin before you actually.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I think basically once you get up and you start leveling out, it's like, all right, it's movie time.
And he also, even on international flights, doesn't get up once he sits down.
What?
No, I go to the bathroom before we leave, and I've never had a problem.
Not even to stretch your legs.
Nope. Even in the middle seat. I've seen him sit in the middle seat all the way back.
Don't care. No, I can hold it. Not the end of the world.
You haven't been to New Zealand yet, right?
No, that might change it, right?
That might change.
I think the longest, and I mean, this is probably not healthy.
You've been to Norway, though.
Yeah, no, I've been on some like 8.5-hour flights where I didn't get up and go to the bathroom. Now, again, a lot of those, though, are overnight, so you can sleep for about half of it, right? So it's...
Right.
Who can sleep on a plane?
I can. Not well, but I can do it.
You're the opposite of... There's literally... do you see the people on the plane that, like, get up and do their stretches and stuff? Especially on, like,
I do
international.
that.
But, like, That always weird. I'm like, come on, man.
I do that.
Go sit down.
That's why I prefer the window seat, but that's why I would argue I'm the best window seat person, because I'm not going to get up and have to cross your path multiple times a flight. Right. Just stick me at the window. That's where I want to be anyway. And then I'll just never move and you'll be fine. Middle seat, aisle seat, you guys are in the clear.
Yeah.
Just give me the window.
Yeah, I'm a good middle seat person, just size-wise. People love it. They get so excited.
This is like a service dog.
You are a perfect
I would be excited. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
I'm going to take his elbow room. No, you're not.
Just put Tommy in a crate for $30. Front page sports. When we come back, we'll talk about the Timberwolves. They played at night. Man. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Tommy Ryman is here. John Bonus is here. This is the Power 2 Morning Show on the Fan.
On the Fan.
Papa baby, Papa baby.
Sauce, how'd yesterday go?
Went really well. It was actually really fun. It was Maxo and I. Our guy, Crease, showed up for about an hour and a half. Mussy came in. It was fun, man. It was really good. Yeah, went well. Yeah.
You kept the lights on?
Yeah. I mean, Swedberg said I did fine, so that's all that matters. Yeah, it was great.
He said that you did fine?
I think he said good.
Good. Somewhere between fine and good.
Fine and good, which is about what I get.
I podcasted the first hour. It sounded good to me.
Thank you, Boney. Yeah, it was fun.
What was discussed?
Costco. Lieber ripped Disneyland and World, said don't go because...
back-to-back Disney talks? Because we talked Disney this morning already.
Our guy RD, Ryan Donaldson, his son's 7 months old, mine's 5, and he's like, we should take them together when they're of that age. And I'm like, that's a great idea, Ryan. And so we're planning a Disney trip in 5 years already, but... So I told those guys on the air, and Lieber's like, I'm going to be a wet blanket. Don't go. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then, a bunch of people chimed in, and I don't remember what Muss said. Muss has said that they've gone like every year, and the station used to send them. And
Disney kicks ass.
Yeah. We'll go. Of course we'll go.
Is Lieber's complaint that it was just too expensive?
Well, I mean, Lieber
is.
Yeah, but...
Or is it other stuff like
he just
not healthy enough food or something like that?
Brilliant.
It is way too expensive. But it's such a fun experience. And again, if you hit the kids in the right spot, it's a weird sentence. Don't put that... don't bookmark that.
Or
the key to Disney is understand you're going to pay too much money.
Yes.
That is not your goal is not to minimize the amount of money that you pay. Your goal is on the other side, which is you're going to spend too much money, maximize the amount of fun that you're going to have.
Well said.
Get all of it.
100% accurate.
That's exactly that.
You got to lean into it. Again, right, you have to submit to the mouse. Let the mouse win. I'm a submissive anyway.
Yeah.
Ask around.
No, the whole town knows. So, we'll go 5-6 years from now. But, I've never been. Obviously, the whole town knows. So, it'll be my first time and my son's first time. My wife.
He hasn't been yet?
No, he's almost 5 months old, though.
And you haven't taken him yet?
No.
Wow.
How did the Lambert family not take you to Disney World? How did you not demand as an 8-year-old?
You are correct.
That I want to go to Disney World, and they did not succumb to your will.
So I asked that question to Jeff Lambert once when we were in Vegas at a bar.
Okay.
And he said he was a little worried Sauce wouldn't fit on the rides.
Say that? Did he?
Easy.
Wow. What a dick.
Your dad's mean.
He is a mean guy.
Yeah, super mean. He's gotten about everybody that ever worked here out of a ticket. Yeah, super mean
so
guy.
True.
Yeah, correct. I don't think, I would say now, but he has never really liked the state of Florida. So we never went to land. I know one of them's in LA, but we just never went. And I said this yesterday. My aunt was going to take all of us, and my dad at the last minute was like, no, I don't want to go. So we never have gone. And it literally, I've had I had a wonderful childhood. It's the only, that and a Power Wheel are the only two things I never got. So the second.
That might be the, I don't think you can fit in a Power Wheel.
So the second.
I might have gotten it right the first time.
So the second my son can sit up on his own, I'm buying that kid a Power Wheel, and he's going to drive it around my parents'
to
property.
spite your dad.
100%.
So you're going to right all of the
100%.
wrongs of your childhood by buying a Power Wheel and taking your son to Disney World.
The second he can sit up on his own, I'm putting him in that, and he's going to drive up to my parents' cabin on his own.
We can end the Disney talk in a second. Before we do, I think this is super true if your dad hates the state of Florida. The state of Florida is a hellhole.
Oh, I'm with you 100%. As somebody who goes to spring training for a month every year.
But
that is the worst part about spring training is that you're in Florida.
It's a hellhole. But here's the but, though. The ... But is, like, if you find the right city on the coast,
sure,
or if you go to Disney, they are like these islands of awesomeness.
Well, yeah.
But a couple years ago,
also if you're there in February, that works.
I believe it. We went to Disney, and then we had about a 2-hour drive to my brother's spot. He's got an Airbnb that he has in Florida. I hadn't done that in a long time. That drive was depressing. It looked like every hurricane that had ever hit had just hit the previous week.
Yes.
Because they just leave it. Every town looks like a ghost town.
Yeah.
Even
when they haven't been hit by a hurricane, it's like driving through a whole bunch of second-ring suburbs.
Exactly.
The whole state is one big
it's an absolute hellhole.
mall.
And then you get to the coast and you're like, this is beautiful.
Yeah. Naples, where we were,
exactly.
outstanding.
Pockets of absolute beauty, and the rest of it's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
But Disney is one of those pockets. It's awesome.
You just got to fly directly in. Don't try to see any of the rest. Just go where you want to go. Everywhere.
Do you like a helicopter, do you?
Yeah. But yeah, driving in Florida takes extra long. Too, like in the Fort Myers area.
And they're maniacs.
Nuts.
And some of the worst drivers in the country are in Florida.
Yeah.
Maniacs.
It's bizarre. And just like the way the highway system's designed, I'm like,
yes.
I feel like I drive 5 miles and it takes 2 hours for some reason.
And there are dinosaurs there.
Yeah.
Giant human-eating snakes and large alligators that can pull you into the water and rip you to shreds.
You are correct.
Why would anyone go there?
No idea.
Baseball.
Except for Disney and baseball.
Yeah, spring training baseball is great.
Totally worth it.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Yes, sir. Holiday Station Stores. Buy 2 of your favorite 12-ounce Red Bull flavors and get 1 free. You can mix and match any flavors you want. Try the White Peach Summer Edition.
Hell yeah.
Today. I haven't tried that. That sounds really good.
Super good, yeah.
So for limited time at Holiday, buy 2 of your favorite 12-ounce Red Bulls and get 1 free. All right, tonight's the night.
Let's go.
Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The Minnesota Timberwolves are at the Oklahoma City Thunder at 7:30. Couple of cousins, right? SGA and NAW. I almost said that backwards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Cousins and essentially, as SGA said, basically brothers. That's how tight they are.
Right.
They've gone on this journey basically every step of the way together. And that's pretty cool.
That is
cousins
sweet.
that are that tight are now squaring off against each other for the right to go to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be tough. You just got to win one of these 2 games in OKC, and then it all changes the whole thing. That's it. I know everybody says, and the cliche is it's not a series until a home team loses, but you have to get one of these. If they win 2 straight, man, it's going to be tough to come back. This is a really good team. They thrive off turnovers. They'll play bully ball right back to you, but man, it's going to be fun. You just got to get 4 wins and we can go to the NBA Finals, man. And how exciting would that be?
I presume you've got the money line up.
Of course, yes.
Of course.
Oklahoma City is a 7.5-point favorite tonight in Game 1. For the series, they are minus 330 to win the series. The Wolves are plus 265. In fact, Oklahoma City is minus 145 to win the title with 4 teams left. So they are the favorites, minus 145 to win the title. The Knicks are second at plus 450. Then the Wolves at plus 550. And Indiana at plus 600. Now, let me ask you this. Here's something that maybe Power Trip Bets can help me look up, because I don't even know where I would look this up.
He passed away.
If it had been Denver instead of OKC,
we'd be favored.
Would the Wolves be the favorite to win the title?
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I think they would have, man, it would have been very close because Denver would have had the home court advantage. But if the Wolves would have been slight favorites in that series, my guess is they would have been the overall favorite to win the NBA title. But that's not the case, and now they run up against the buzzsaw.
Especially if Aaron Gordon was still banged up.
Well said.
Yeah. Yep. Man, Denver laid down in that game.
Well, I mean, they were gassed, and they couldn't keep up.
No.
I
cried tonight.
That means what? 75 or 80%? Vegas is saying there's a 75 to 80% chance of the Wolves not getting past Oklahoma City, which seems high to me.
Seems a little high, right? Don't you say, like, my gut says if we played them 3 times, OKC would win this series 2 out of 3. I feel like it's that 2/3 kind of thing.
I think you're correct.
But why not make it be that 1/3 of a time? Why not?
Yeah.
Right? This is not a 100% or 0% situation. This is not like the 4 of us taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's a 0%er.
Zero.
The Wolves can
Tommy
do it.
can dunk.
And I think in some way the Wolves might be a little bit underrated because they got through the second round without having to beat Curry. As such, but that whole round is basically being written off by them. And then because they exposed so many flaws on the Lakers, that round is being written off too. I think if you just started out the beginning of the playoffs and said Wolves are going to march right through both the Lakers and the Warriors in 5, those were 2 of the top teams to win the Western Conference because of the superstar cachet that they both had. And instead, because you walked through them in 5, they looked like they were both flawed teams, which turns out they both were flawed teams. But it'll be interesting to see if the Wolves can find some of the flaws on the Oklahoma City, train.
Yeah, they split the season series 2 games apiece, and they did have that stretch where they played 3 times within 4 games.
Yeah.
And the Wolves won a couple of them.
Nobody on the Wolves healthy.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Look, since Julius Randle has come back and is healthy, the Wolves basically have the best record in the NBA. Right, give or take, within a couple of games.
They actually had the second best record. Do you want to know who had first?
OKC.
Yeah,
right. But so it's these are the 2 hottest teams the last 2 months?
Yes,
2 or 3 months.
Yep.
They can win.
This is the worst part about playing OKC in the Western Conference Finals. It does kind of feel like whoever wins this series is going to win the title.
100%.
So it's like if we can, you can't look past Indiana or New York.
Yeah.
This is kind of it. If we can do this, then we have a serious chance of being the champions.
Yes, we do.
Serious chance. We would be favored.
Yes, we
minus some kind of weird significant injury. We'd be the favorites if we can just get past Oklahoma City.
Got to get down to Iowa. Put that plus 550.
Well, Tommy's going to Chicago. Do they have sports betting in Illinois?
No, but they have legal weed.
Okay. They don't have sports betting in Chicago?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, because
Wrigley
Field has a sports book in it.
All right, maybe we'll send some money with Tommy to Zanies.
I don't think you can bet on Cubs games there.
Yeah,
but you can bet on everything else.
Size hat, and I'll do sports bets for you guys.
You're just a mule.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Cy left a hat at Zanies Comedy Club, and Tommy has to go get it. Like it's lost and found.
Wow,
he was just there this week, right?
He was there this last weekend. Yeah. So
okay,
when
that's kind of you.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it to Minnesota, which is almost where he'll be back here.
Yeah.
So you guys can trade hats, and then we'll send a bunch of money with you to make sports bets, which used to feel really dirty because then you would have kind of been a bookie.
Don't forget the weed.
Whatever you guys need. I'll put it all in balloons.
I know where that's going.
Relax. Well, Tommy Olsen wants some now.
What really matters when we come back? More scores, more stats, and Sauce will change your life with something else after this on The Fan.
And The Fan.
All right, welcome back. Power Trip Morning Show. I'm Corey. That's Paul. That's John. That's Tom. We have a lot of short names.
Tom?
Yeah.
Tommy.
I like Tom. Tom Ryman.
Tom Ryman. Should I switch it? I grew a mustache.
I know. I had not commented on the mustache yet. That was a bold choice.
Come on, everybody. I was just waiting for it.
It seems a good look.
It seems to be the thing the kids are doing these days.
Well, I tried to grow...
The younger generation like yourself.
I tried to grow a beard for a while. I try once a year, and I was in Portland. I was doing shows in Portland, and it itched so bad that I just shaved it to a mustache because like my opener came to my hotel room, and I was like, "Pah!" Like just like I got a mustache, and they were like, "Ugh," and then I just kept it.
Right. Yeah, it is weird. Like, how old are you, Tommy?
I am 42.
Right, so you're 42. It just feels like the mustache, even when you were growing up, the mustache is for people that are 40 plus. It just feels like.
Yeah.
So,
Not anymore, man. It's all the 20-year-olds have them.
I play poker with a couple of kids, Arlo and Joe, both rock mustaches.
Yeah,
By the
were
way,
they at Woodstock?
These are not kids. They're not like 12. They're in their 20s.
20s, yeah.
And I'm always looking at them going like, I don't have the balls to do that now. I definitely didn't have the balls to pull that off when I was in my mid to late 20s. But they're just walking around confidently going like, this is the choice I have made. And I just, you know what I say to them, John Bonus? I say, Godspeed.
Sure.
You do say that all the time.
My dad had a mustache like in the 80s, and I look like my sister freaked out because she's like, "You look like just like Dad." I'm like, "Yeah, Ron Ryman, I did it."
See, Ron Ryman, Tom Ryman. I don't know, man. Maybe Tom Ryman. Well, see, but if you say Tommy Ryman, that's you are going to perpetually sound younger, right?
Tommy, yeah.
So Tommy can be a 22-year-old with a mustache.
Yeah,
man.
I can pull that off.
You don't run into a lot of 60-year-old Tommies.
I can
don't live long.
I can name one that's going to be Tommy when he's still 60.
Yeah. Well,
I can name one. If he makes it to 60.
If he's still Tommy at 60.
Might be Tammy.
Yeah, he might be Tammy.
And that's fine.
He might be Mrs. Setterholm. We never know.
Oh, inside jokes. Yeah. Should we do
Yeah, I don't know where
what's this bit called again? What really matters?
I don't know where it is. I don't know where the things are. I normally don't sit here.
No, it's fine. Just find any music you want. What really matters is brought to you by Carboni's.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Thanks, Carboni's Pizzeria.
Oh, right here. Hold on. Time out.
Do you know what I saw in Portland when I was there? You would appreciate that.
Go on.
Well, it was outside of Portland on Cannon Beach. It was the Goonies Rock.
Oh, no. It's Astoria?
Yeah. Astoria's the town, and then the beach where, there's the giant rock.
Yep.
So I got, that
no
was
kidding.
Wow.
super fun to be there. I was excited.
Did you go to the Goonies house?
I did. I didn't have time for that, so I only saw, the beach and the rock where I recreated the kids coming out of with all their jewels and stuff.
Yep.
But that was like my child. I was like, oh man, this is where it all happened.
And that one cop when he sees the pirate ship for the first time, Holy Mary, Mother of God. Sauce, that movie's a 10 out of 10. You can bite me.
Yeah, well, I didn't
10 out of
say
10.
anything, man.
I can feel you thinking it.
They've always talked
It's a
about
classic.
Goonies 2, but it's never. I know there's been scripts floated around.
They're going to mess it up.
Never.
They should never remake that movie.
should never
reboot it.
No.
Never sequel it. But whatever.
Should be 50 Goonies.
You want a Goonies universe.
That's what they did with Star Wars. Now there's just 1,000 Star Wars.
Yeah, it's so many of them, yeah.
Yeah, so we need a Goonies universe.
Yes.
All right, so we already talked about the Wolves. We'll talk more about that later when Marnie gets here. But don't forget, the Frost are in the finals tonight as well. Game 1 for our friend Taylor Heisey and the gals on the Frost at Ottawa and the Ottawa Charge at 7 o'clock. Best out of 5. Game 2 is Thursday in Ottawa. Then Game 3 in St. Paul on Saturday at 4 o'clock. I think it's 4 o'clock. I think it's at 5 o'clock Eastern.
They purposely match these up with all the Wolves games?
Oh, I mean, what are you going to do, right?
That is right on.
No.
Yeah.
But
they're on at 4.
With Monday,
Plenty of
Wednesday,
time
Friday,
to watch
maybe.
it, yeah.
And tonight's at 7. You can watch the, first period before the Wolves even get started.
Sure.
Yeah.
So go,
as well
Taylor
as
Heisey and the Minnesota
rained out
Frost.
Twins game at 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And the
there's
makeup
that.
at 8 o'clock.
There's that. I don't know if I love Ottawa Charge. Minnesota Frost is a 10 times better name.
Way
for
better,
sure.
yeah.
Way better. What really matters, though, is this.
Frost forms when water vapor in the air freezes onto surfaces, creating tiny ice crystals. That happens when the air temperature drops below 32 degrees F or 0 degrees C, and the dew point is also below freezing. Frost is a form of freezing dew.
That doesn't matter at all.
No, and I think that is something that everyone knew.
Yeah.
I hope that wasn't new information to anyone.
Oh, God. Someone just tweeted at me on X, though, because I posted a picture of being here. They say, what a stash. It's I'm already killing it.
Yeah, you're trending.
Well,
can you imagine some frost on the stash?
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be good.
Those cold winter days, man, that's going to be great.
hang on one second.
Sorry.
Hang on one second.
I ruined the show.
No,
I
not
just
at all.
did.
That's going to be a good northern Minnesota look, especially with the little trucker's cap you got on. That's
Yeah,
the
man.
frosted stash.
Yeah.
Sauce, do a score quick and then throw it to me.
Oh, hold on here.
Any score you want. Just make one up even.
Hold on. The Marlins beat the Cubs 8-7.
And a walk-off win.
And a walk-off. I don't know how you know that bonus, but what really matters is this.
A mustache is a growth of facial hair grown above the upper lip and under the nose. Mustaches have been worn in various styles throughout history.
By Ron Ryman and Tommy Ryman. Two of the most historically famous mustache persons.
What is the most historic mustache?
Selleck.
Wilford Brimley?
Yeah.
Raleigh
Selleck.
Fingers?
Yeah.
Hitler?
Oh, honestly, I think the answer might be Hitler. It is the most definable mustache of all
Nobody
time.
gets that mustache anymore.
No. Remember when Jordan had it for a little bit? Everybody's like,
Yeah.
Michael Jordan's rocking a Hitler mustache.
Yeah.
What is he doing? It might be Hitler.
All right.
Snidely Whiplash?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's Sidley Whiplash?
Snidely Whiplash? That was Bullwinkle's.
I don't know, man. If I had to put money on it, I think Kanye and I are the only two people that would say I would bet on Hitler.
Yeah. Kanye for sure would say that.
The Philadelphia Eagles agreed to a multi-year extension with head coach Nick Sirianni. He's 43 years old. And John Bonus, you know this because your wife loves the Eagles. Historically good. I know he gets ripped like crazy. And
He was damn near fired.
His introductory press conference was a disaster. And last year they wanted him run out of town, but then he caught fire and won the Super Bowl. But how about this? He has the third highest winning percentage in the Super Bowl era. 6-3 in the postseason, but overall in the regular season, 48-20. Right. And that's a 706 win percentage. He also has 2 Super Bowl appearances and now 1 win.
And prior to actually winning a Super Bowl this year, he was getting into fights with people in the Philadelphia fans in the stands because they were so upset with him.
Yep.
Which might say more about Philadelphia fans than it does about Nick Sirianni. But
correct.
That is the thesis statement for Philadelphia fans. Is the guy with the third highest winning percentage in the Super Bowl era, 2 Super Bowl appearances and a win. They wanted to slit his throat less than a calendar year ago.
That's right.
And would have. If given
a
knife and given an opportunity, many of them would have sliced away.
Oh, yeah.
But what really matters, hang on, this is going to be some fact about an actual eagle, right? About like their wingspan. What really matters is this.
No, I thought we were going to talk more wolves, so I literally typed in 10 facts about thunder.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
An estimated how many million thunderstorms occur on Earth every year?
Whoa.
I mean, well, this kind of goes back to the whole when you didn't believe that lightning strikes essentially all day, every day, somewhere in the world. You're like, no way.
Isn't it like every 8 seconds?
I think it's even less than that. But whatever it is, it's basically nonstop. Somewhere in the world, there is lightning striking essentially always. So you're saying how many times is thunder?
How many million thunderstorms occur on Earth every year?
65 million.
3 million.
Man, I don't even have a guess.
I don't either. I'm trying to put some parameters around it. I can't do it.
Right. I'm trying to figure out.
In part because I don't know, like, when a thunderstorm starts in Des Moines, it ends up in Minneapolis. Is that one
just
thunderstorm? Or?
Exactly. That's a good question.
That's a good question. I don't have all. I didn't.
Well, think about. I'm just glad he said how many millions, because some of us might have been like
I would not have been anywhere near
40,000.
Yeah,
like
I
I
would
don't
not
know.
have been anywhere near.
Right, because you just take 365 days times how many you think are happening a day. I wouldn't have guessed in the millions at all. So now I don't even know where to. I'll say 10 million.
16 million.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, about 2,000 are happening simultaneously at any given time.
Damn,
That's cool.
way more than I would have guessed. Again,
Yeah. Yep.
2,000 at any given moment.
Yep.
How?
Hi.
Hello.
How? I can't.
Hello.
Meteorologists love that. They're like, this is great, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to be employed forever. I got
Yep.
storms
I mean, that
all the
suggests
time.
that right now there are several hundred thunderstorms going on in North America.
How many thunderstorms
This
are
moment.
currently?
There can't be several hundred going on right now.
I Googled it.
All right.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. You might find different information if you do a little bit of work, but I just read the first thing I saw on Google.
All right, so if you are a meteorologist or have any concept of how far off or how accurate Sauce is, please tweet us or let us know if his 16 million number is correct and the, what did you say, 2,000 at any given moment?
An estimated 16 million thunderstorms occur on Earth every day and about
every year,
and about 2,000 of them are happening simultaneously at any given time.
All right, somebody fact check that.
I used to have a cat that was afraid of thunderstorms, and its paws would get sweaty, and it would go hide in its litter box. I was like, oh man, just like. But I was like, because you're not supposed to go into like a bathroom or a basement during a tornado. I was like, I guess he learned it from me.
Yeah,
like going into the bathroom of my apartment. He's like, I'll go to my bathroom.
Gross.
Ugh.
It's like Marnie's composting toilet.
Sick.
What? Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Hockey conference finals. Tonight, Florida at Carolina, game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Then tomorrow, Oilers at Stars, game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Sauce, I'm going to ask you again, and I'm not even necessarily saying I'm in or out, but if we asked to call it off now, would you say you want in or you want out?
That's a good question. I didn't think I'd have 2 of the final 4.
Fair. But you do, and you have, who's the favorite, Dallas?
Dallas. I don't know, man. I like Dallas. I like Florida. One of us could win the bet before that even starts because they could play each other.
I do think Carolina's going to win, but I also think Dallas is going to win. So I do think we're going to square off in the finals, too. But we'll see. Maybe one of us is wrong. Or we could have a rematch. Wasn't Florida and Edmonton the finals last year?
Yes.
So we might even have a rematch. And you won last year.
We've let it ride this long. Plus, I've won it like every year.
You know what's crazy about this bet? Is if we did this bet for the rest of time, I'm getting all your money.
Yeah.
Right? There's no doubt if I get the field and you get 8 teams for the rest of time, I'm the winner. But you do, in the last handful of years, have run crazy high.
Yeah,
the Lightning, now the Panthers.
The Panthers have won it twice.
Man, like I'm just giving you money.
Yeah, thank you.
But it shouldn't be that way. Like I should win this bet way more often than I lose it.
Yeah,
you know this bet, John, right?
Yep.
He gets Parrish's 8 teams. I get the field.
I'm looking at the money line right now. Odds to win the Stanley Cup for those 4 teams, they're basically even amongst all 4. Plus 240, plus 240, plus 280, plus 300.
Exactly. That's why I said I would be willing to do either. Life's better with money on the line. I'm definitely willing to let it ride.
Sure.
But my advantage to start the year is now gone because we're like you said, we're basically even. So do you want to flip a coin for? Is it $750 this year?
Yeah.
Do you want to flip a coin for $750 or do you want to call it off? I'm 100% fine either way. But watch, this will be the year that he calls it off, and then Carolina wins it. I'll leave it completely up to you. I like to let it ride, but it's your call.
No, let's.
You want something to watch?
Yeah, let's let it ride.
Life's better with money on the line.
Let's let it ride.
Let it ride.
Yeah, man.
All right. What really matters, though, is this.
Over the weekend, the PGA Championship was delayed for like 4 hours because there was lightning in the area, and a lot of people, especially Rory, who got real pissed as he was walking to the first tee when the weather horn rang. But lightning can travel 10 to 12 miles away from the main thunderstorm. So that's why they postponed it. If there's any lightning in the area, they have to postpone it, and that's probably why, because it can travel 10 to 12 miles away from the main thunderstorm.
Well, and a lot of those idiots just stand in the middle of the fairway with their club in the air.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
And that's not good. That's a target. No. Now I want to go to Target.
Yeah, Target will.
The good Lord would never ruin my best golf game in my life.
Good. Of course not. What was the consensus on the golf bet? Because obviously when Oberg missed the cut, I was Team Scheffler all the way. Were people super pumped that the whole bet got wiped away?
Not everybody.
No, Bonus had. You
had Rahm?
No, he had.
I would have won.
He had Bryson, and Rahm fell apart.
Yeah.
Oh, so you would have won the half bit, right? 100 from each of us.
100 from everybody.
If Scheffler
would have finished in second.
I didn't care because
if anybody would have caught Scheffler, I'd have won.
I didn't care because I backdoored my way into 4th place. But I I think we keep more people around.
That's the reason why we have the ghost.
For sure.
Is when 5 of us miss the cut and almost everybody's out of it, except for 2 or 3 people. The best part about it is the rest of us get the anti-sweat and cheer for Scotty Scheffler.
Especially when it's
awesome.
him. He can always win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think eventually it's going to be me, you, Hawk, and Bonus are going to be the only ones doing the golf bet.
Maybe.
I'll do the golf bet. I'll get in there with you.
It's
Let me
fun.
bet on something. Come on, guys.
All right. If you want to do it, when's the next one?
The
About
U.S.
a month?
Open is 3 weeks from Thursday.
Yeah, if you're not kidding, do you got a little gamble to you, Tommy, or not?
I'll do it. I'll bring it.
Okay, sweet. Remind us in like 3 weeks. We got to get Tommy Ryman in on this. You know how this works? You know how we do it?
I think so, yeah.
So we basically put everybody on a giant wheel, spin the wheel, and then you draft golfers based on where you win the lottery. And then it's whoever's golfer out of our group finishes the highest wins $100 from each person in. If your golfer wins the tournament, though, then it's doubled to $200.
Yes.
But if Scheffler wins the tournament, then all of it gets wiped away and nobody owes anything. It's a $25 fee if you miss the cut. And the only money that stays, even if Scheffler wins, is if your golfer gets a hole-in-one, everybody pays you $50. And it's only happened once, right? Zach Halverson at the Masters, right? Yeah, Zach just a couple of months ago had the first golfer that's had a hole-in-one that we drafted, and he won like $650.
No, it was Keegan Bradley had a hole-in-one at the Players Championship.
The Players, okay.
He almost had another one this week. Keegan's not a bad pick for a hole-in-one.
No,
He's
either
really
way,
good
though.
at it. It's fun.
Tom, I've got to ask you, were you into gambling before the mustache, or that a recent development?
This is the new me, man.
Good point.
It's the mustache. I got a jean jacket. I want to gamble.
The mustache on you, Tommy, looks like you play Keno.
Whoa.
Does that make sense? You look like a...
Come on,
or
man.
maybe the horses? Maybe a horse better?
Who's the dude that used to come in here with the really cool deep voice? Scooby.
Alex Scooby.
He loves Keno. Loves
Keno.
When,
outside of the guy from Vegas Vacation.
We ran into him when he showed up, drove in for Vegas, and he said he stopped on the way to play Keno. He loves Keno.
It's just...
Yeah,
it's
Alex
one of the
Scooby's
worst
the best.
games.
I miss that guy. It's basically bingo, right?
Yeah, or basically the lottery, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty much playing a smaller version of the Powerball.
Right.
I played rave bingo when I was in Portland.
Is it exactly what it sounds like?
It was crazy, man. You got like glow sticks, but it was there's still like tables, so you'd like stand up, and then
That's sweet.
There was like a rave break where you dance. I felt like I was just at a giant bachelorette party. I was like, I should not be here.
So it wasn't in the dark. It wasn't in the dark.
No,
though.
it was in the dark. It was like in
how
the
did you see your
corner.
card? Was it like glow in the dark cards?
I mean, it was like there was the light of the of your like glow stick thing, like, and you like there was like it wasn't like super dark, but it was
Is everybody high?
Everyone was I mean, there was like
rave bingo.
Yeah, and there was people that would think they got bingo and go up at the wrong time. Like the later guy was like, these people are out of it. Like it was.
Did not know that was a thing.
Yeah,
rave bingo.
I think I'm going to buy my son this electric Lamborghini.
That's the Power Wheel?
Yeah, I'm going to buy this.
Okay, right now?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
This chair makes me spend money.
I don't know why I thought that sentence was going to end with glow sticks for rave bingo.
Yeah.
No.
That might be a prize you can win.
That'd be great.
It was like adult-sized Power Wheels, basically like a golf cart.
There was like a disco motorcycle helmet, like a disco ball motorcycle helmet that you could win. Which I was like,
that's sweet.
Yeah,
Seems like it would be dangerous on the road to have
just
DRS.
reflecting the sun into people's cars and stuff.
Right.
All right, more of What Really Matters in a second. Tommy, where are you performing next week?
May 30th and 31st, I'll be in St. Paul at the Laugh Camp. If you're in the Chicago area, I'll be there tomorrow, May 21st. Ryman 10 for discounted tickets. And then June 14th, I'm in Dallas, Texas. Go to that, or just go to TommyRyman.com.
Hey, you'd be surprised. We have national reach on this show. Somebody in Dallas is listening, and somebody's like, I should go to that.
Yeah, a bunch of people went to Colorado when I had been on the show earlier, and like a ton of KFAN or Power Trip guys were there at
Colorado
in Fort Collins.
See, love it.
Thank you.
So shout out to our Dallas listeners. Go see Tommy Ryman. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this. Marnie joins in like 20 minutes on the Fan. Hey, Sauce, you know how since Kanye went nuts, now all your Yeezy shoes are probably worthless?
You are correct, sir.
Well, Tommy Ryman, collects and puts together Lego sets, right?
Yes.
So I asked him during the break an update financially on my Home Alone set that I bought 2 years ago.
Yeah?
You know, the one where my daughter was 9 at the time, and she's like, great, let's put it together. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this for money.
Yeah.
And John Bonus just mentioned, so basically I, so far, have gained $0 in equity because the price is still $2.99.
Of course.
And what I did give up, though, was a memory with my daughter.
Yeah.
Right? For no additional money.
Yeah, and that one's like you can build it like an advent calendar because it comes in 24 bags. The memories of each day of
Didn't think of
just
that.
building that would have been... You can still do it, though. She's still...
What if I give her the proceeds, though, eventually?
Yeah.
If there are ever proceeds, then she gets the profit.
Yeah, and that'll be a good memory for her.
Yeah, and you'll be gone.
Yeah, so I'll say, take this money and make your own memories.
Yeah.
Sure.
Man, that was a weird day, right? I walk in with a giant Home Alone Lego box and
at Christmas, I presume, like Christmas time.
Probably.
December, yeah.
Right.
And she was like, let's put that together. I was like, nope, this is going in the garage. And it's going to collect dust until we sell it. But, what? No. This is for garage toys. This goes in the rafters. See you later.
You got Cat's Cradle queued up there?
Yeah.
You want to pay the fine?
What?
Cat's in the Cradle.
Oh, I thought you said Cash Cradle. I'm like, is that like a website where you sell Legos? I can't hear anything.
Hey, when are we getting that Starkey thing put together? Remember they were going to come in and test our hearing? Because mine's falling apart. Tommy Olsen, not Tommy Ryman.
Yeah, my hearing's great.
Mine's not good.
Mine's piss poor, too.
Yeah,
mine is dying.
Yep.
I cried tonight.
All right, I have a couple of things that can just keep leapfrogging from thing to thing. Speaking of Legos, Tommy, should I buy the Jaws Lego set as an investment opportunity? And I won't show my daughters that it's available to put together because I love the movie Jaws. Is the Jaws Lego set something worth buying and holding?
I don't know, man. I don't want to steer you wrong.
What?
If you like,
what am I looking for?
It already cost him his relationship with his daughter.
You like Lego. Like the ones that make the most money are usually Star Wars themes. Those are the ones that go up, and it's usually like if it becomes like a series of things. So like I know they did a Jurassic Park one, they did a Jaws thing. So the second they make like more of those, when somebody wants to collect all of them, and that one gets retired. But yeah, I don't know. You'll get like $50. It's never gonna be enough for you. So buy it and build it with your kid.
That it's never going to be enough for me rings very true.
Yes, it does.
I want more. All right, I don't even have the title of the movie in front of me, but something popped up on my old Twitter algorithm the other day. It was a movie poster, Sauce. This is maybe a movie that you need to look up, and I don't know the name of it. Somebody tell me what it is. But I saw this movie poster, and it had a boat going through the water, looked like the ocean.
Okay.
With this giant wake of blood, right? Just like I don't know, like the whole path of the boat was blood. And then the tagline was something like on the movie poster it was about a serial killer who kills his victims and then brings them out to the ocean to specifically feed the victims to sharks. And I think the plot of the movie is he brings a kidnapped victim on this boat to eventually be killed and fed to sharks. I think that's the plot of the movie.
Yikes.
And all I thought about was, why has no one thought of this in the past?
Is it Dangerous Animals?
That sounds correct. Because like in the movie Snatch, they feed bodies to pigs, right? Because pigs basically will eat anything. I'm like, what a genius way to get rid of a dead body, right? Just feed them to the pigs.
This movie looks horrible.
And then I thought about, look, why... You take it out to the middle of the ocean, you feed your body to a shark, no one's ever going to find it. It's a genius idea. So props to this fictional serial killer for coming up with it.
My God.
I mean, it still seems complicated. You got to get on a boat. Do you bring the body on a boat?
You bring the body on the boat, or it sounds like in this case, you bring the body as a living, breathing person, then you kill him out at sea and then feed him to the sharks.
Isn't that what Dexter was doing? Didn't he drop him?
Maybe. I never saw Dexter. I just know that he was a serial killer.
Well, I don't know. I think the best thing is to just not kill. That's what you really want to do.
All right,
and not worry about disposing the body.
Let me ask for your professional advice. Better investment, the Lego Jaws set, or the better investment in my life not becoming a serial killer? Because I am contemplating buying the Jaws set.
Your
and
mic's
I'm
on.
Contemplating dabbling in serial killing.
Just get the Lego. Sure, don't be a serial killer. Build some Lego with your daughter, or just stare at the unopened box in the garage together.
Yeah, or do that.
I wonder how many serial killers have tried to make this binary choice of, do I give my daughter good memories by putting together Lego sets, or do I just murder a series of people?
Your mic's on. New topic.
My guess, if you're a serial killer, you picked option B.
Yeah.
And your daughter's like, I wish you would have just bought the Lego set.
Does she like Twilight? There's a Lego Twilight.
She does not, no.
Okay.
No.
Thank God for that.
She likes Minecraft and Roblox, which are basically digital versions of Legos.
Yeah, and there's Lego Minecraft stuff.
Sure is. Oh, she had zero interest in seeing the movie. I was floored. I thought for like 2-3 months, I'm like, we're going to see Minecraft for sure. It's one of her favorite bits. And then the movie came out and she goes, that looks cringe. I'm like, okay.
My God.
I don't know what
she's
that means.
that age.
Oh, yeah. She's that age.
Oh, my.
She's too cool for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too old to go see the Minecraft movie, even though it's right in her demo.
Yeah. That looks cringe. And maybe she didn't want to spend time with you.
That's always possible.
Yeah, man.
Not even a scream chicken, whatever.
Chicken jockey?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's the big thing. Chicken jockey. The Niners and linebacker Fred Warner agreed to a 3-year, $63 million extension, $21 million a year. That puts him back up top, highest paid linebacker in the NFL at $21 million a year, $56 million guaranteed. So recently, the Niners, of course, kind of had a mass exodus, but they reinvested in Purdy, Kittle, and Fred Warner. So they're paying their top dogs and letting a lot of other people go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, why not? Fred Warner's a beast.
Saucy, what'd you think of the Purdy thing?
I mean, he's not you need a quarterback. That's the going rate for a quarterback. And I said it yesterday. If I were talking Purdy with, like, my wife, I'd be like, why are we talking about this? But I hate him because Corey loves him and vice versa.
And I only leaned into loving him because you hated him.
Correct.
The whole Purdy argument bonus basically started with this. Sauce said Purdy's terrible.
Right. Yes.
That's how every argument I have
So he said he's terrible.
So you had to say he's the second Messiah.
No. And I never said he was the best. What I've always argued is playing the quarterback position in the NFL is so much harder than Sauce is giving it credit for, that to put up Purdy's numbers, you cannot be bad. You can't.
Right.
He's either good, great, or elite. He's in that category. Now, if you want to say he's a good quarterback but not great, clearly I would listen to that argument. I think he's better than most people think, but I think he's at minimum, he is a good NFL quarterback. Okay. So the whole Purdy's terrible, I'm like, oh, God, I got to go to war on this one.
Correct, yeah.
So if he had just said, I don't think Purdy's that great, I think he's okay, this would have never happened.
Right.
It would have never started. With the Purdy argument would have never started. But the fact that he goes, Purdy's terrible, he's just on an all-star team, I'm like,
which is
well, you're not
semi-true.
You're not even giving him not even close to enough credit. He is putting up numbers that are historically good for a guy that's his age. And my only argument is you just cannot do that unless you have a lot of skill.
I just love that.
A lot of skill.
Sauce has figured out some way to troll you and bait you.
All you have to do is tell me something that is statistically the opposite of what's true, and I'm going to war.
He has so much skill that they ended 6-11 and on a 4-game losing streak. What a skill.
And, of course, my argument would be this is a team sport. He got absolutely murdered because that offensive line was falling apart. Hang on a second here. Hold, please. Talk amongst yourself. Rhode Island, neither a road nor an island. Discuss.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
As I always say, I've never been there.
Since Brock Purdy became a full-time starter, week 14 of 2022, 4th overall in QBR,
short passes,
7th overall in touchdowns with 62.
A lot of them are dump-offs to Christian McCaffrey.
What a troll.
I can do this all day.
What a troll. 4th in passing yards, 9,200.
A lot of it's yak to Deebo Samuel. Go on.
And number 1, yards per attempt at 9.0. Every time he throws, he averages 9 yards. So if Sauce thinks that's all a mirage, good luck. But the word Purdy's terrible. I'm going to war.
If you
it's like you and I are like Ryan Clark and RG3. Have you watched that garbage?
No.
Oh my God. You go on social media. They hate each other right now. They're going to war over
what?
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and then it is about race, and then they're taking shots at each other's families. They hate each other.
Do that.
Oh yeah, Ryan Clark and RG3 going to war.
Well, we see if he can get you guys to get to that point here.
By the way,
where you're taking shots at Louis and Cal Sauce.
This is the best part about the Brock Purdy argument is Sauce tried to make it sound like he was quarterback 32. So I had to try to make it sound like Purdy was top 5.
Sure.
When in actuality, I think Purdy's like a top 10-ish guy. And I bet Sauce, if he had a gun to his head, would say he's like top 15.
Probably. Yeah.
Because he definitely is. He is no doubt a top 15 quarterback.
You take Josh Allen over him.
Oh, no.
You take Lamar over him. You take Burrow over him.
So far, by the way, I totally agree. Those are not debatable. Mahomes, of course.
CJ Stroud over him?
I think that's pretty comparable.
Okay. I
think he's in the same category.
The rest of the quarterbacks in that awful division, you'd take Purdy over. Mahomes, no. The Chargers quarterback?
Herbert? Yeah. Very good.
The other two, you'd take him over Bo and the Las Vegas quarterback. You wouldn't take him over Hurts. You wouldn't take him over Jaden, whatever his name is. You take him over Dak. You take him over whatever the Giants have. Mm-hmm. You'd probably take him over Goff because he's younger.
Yep.
You take him over McCarthy.
For sure. He's an unknown.
Would you take him over Jordan Love?
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably.
Again, he's a top half. So
you take him over Caleb. Hold on, we're not done yet. You take him over Baker.
Yes.
Everybody in that awful division.
Yes.
You take him over Stafford.
Well, at this point in his career, absolutely. Again, we're talking
Sam
about right
Darnold,
now.
Sure.
Yes.
No. Who's the Arizona guy?
Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
More consistent than Kyler Murray.
Would you take him over the Niners? Oh, wait, he plays on that team. Yeah. So, you're probably right. Top half?
Top half,
sure.
For sure.
But if you put him on the Browns, they'd win 2 games.
If you put a lot of people on the Browns, they'd win 2 games.
Not my argument.
Marnie Gellner, Tommy Ryman, Marnie Gellner.
What's up, Tommy?
Not much. Good to see you.
And you as well.
And also with you.
Also with
Thank you. Sir.
We'll come back. Sauce will do the news.
What?
Oh, yeah. Then after that, Marnes will talk about the Timberwolves because they're in the Western Conference Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Marnie is here. Tommy Ryman is here. John Bonus is here. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Okay, have you heard about this? Last year, Degree changed the formula for their Cool Rush deodorant. Their fans rebelled and wanted the old scent back. And Degree listened. That doesn't happen often.
They admitted that they effed up and are bringing the original Cool Rush scent back. And it's exactly how you remember it. Cool, crisp, and fresh. There's a reason it's the #1 men's antiperspirant. And it's back in Walmart, Target, and other stores for under $4.
So try it and see what the fuss is about. Head to your local stores to try the OG Cool Rush for yourself.